Goku versus the strongest anime heroes. Jubilee parody.
Hey, it's me again, Goku. And today, I am surrounded by 20 of the strongest heroes ever.
All right. 20 of the strongest ever? Yeah, this is cap. I see a kingdom character right here. This nigga's not the strongest ever. AI Saitama over here about big as shit. That boy turned to a titan. All right, who do we got in here? Light. I don't know who this is. Kingdom. Don't know who this is. Psyche K. Okay. He goes in that strongest list. Guts. I'm sorry, my boy. I'm sorry. Ichigo. Rimuru. I don't know much about him, but I know he gets down crazy. I know Rimuru gets down kind of wicked. Alucard. He's cool. I don't know about strongest ever. Is that Sung Jin Woo back there? Yes, it is. There go Mob. Okay, I can respect putting Mob back there. Kirito. Some white hair bum. Toshinori Yagi, big tall ass, Luffy, Naruto, Meliodas. Who invited Tanjiro to this shit, bro? Who invited Tanjiro ass? Is that Aaron? I think that's Aaron. I can't tell who this is next to Sailor Moon. And again, 6'5" Saitama. So, okay, let's see how they get down. Let's see how they get down. What did that say? Surrounded Goku versus 20 heroes.
Everybody knows how much I love fighting, and I'm always excited for a worthy opponent. That's why I think I'll be very bored if I was in any of the other universes.
That's hate. Claim 1, I am the strongest fighter here. Should I throw the subtitles? We might need the subtitles for this one. Nah, I'm gonna let the subtitles go. Claim 1, Goku is the strongest fighter here. From what I've seen so far, I don't think that's true.
Strongest guy in any of their universes. That's my claim.
All right. And so
I beat every person.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. I know how the Saitama versus Goku debates get. I know how they get. I know how the Saitama versus Goku debates get, but I've always been pro Saitama in these debates, man. Until I see a hard cap on Saitama's skill, it's hard for me to say Goku can beat him when we know Goku hits limits at certain points. Whereas like Saitama, his whole thing is being limitless.
And I fight with only one punch. I don't know why it would be any different with you.
Oh man, that actually makes me feel really sad for you. It means you can't really enjoy the fight or learn anything new. It must be incredibly boring to never get to experience that struggle, you know?
Well, we would both.
That's his whole thing. That's his whole thing. See how, yo, who wrote this shit? Because why my nigga Goku trying to move the goalpost? That nigga said one punch. You beat everybody in one punch? Oh man, that must be pretty boring. I feel bad for you. Goku scales way higher if we're being real. But again, it comes to the question of, do you want to look at this with like a power scaling lens or like a narrative lens? Because if you look at it power scaling wise, okay, yeah, I'm sure Goku has feats that are on paper higher than Saitama. But narratively, this is literally a fight about a dude who overcomes all obstacles versus like a dude who has no obstacles. And the way I see it, okay, I know a lot of niggas don't agree with this. The way I see it, narrative always 8 times out of 10, narrative is going to outweigh power scaling, bro. It just is. And, you know, when you look at it from a narrative perspective, I just can't see Saitama losing. I haven't seen him get close enough to a loss yet that I could say anyone could beat him.
Or if you were in my world, you from constant failure and me from constant winning with no challenge.
I don't want to sound mean, but at my current level, you're honestly pretty weak.
Yeah, and then they're going to go into like the power scaling arguments. Why does AI Mob got a fucking red scarf on? That ChatGPT thought this was supposed to be Mikasa? What's going on? I don't even know if I buy. Okay, where are people scaling Goku these days? Where are people scaling Goku these days? I'm sure they got some like universal glaze hacks. You know what I mean? Honestly, a lot of the once you get past like galaxy level, I feel like you're kind of bullshitting as a power scaler. Again, I know a lot of power scalers aren't going to want to hear this, but it gets to a certain point where you gotta wank to even make this shit exist.
I'm at a point where I'm constantly competing with gods and universe-threatening beings. So I think I can pretty easily beat you.
You don't compete with gods, man. You constantly lose to them. I don't think you're a worthy opponent because I've never lost. You can't.
Again, yeah, they're basically rehashing the narrative versus like power scaling debate.
Can't say the same. So I don't get why you're so confident you can beat me.
Here's the thing, though. If you never lose, you can never really learn how to fight better. Losses are lessons, and for my race, they're even power boosts. That's why I'm not scared of them at all. Every time I lose, I come back stronger.
Listen, you might not be a one.
That's also cap, I'm not gonna lie. That boy Goku, I mean, okay, first of all, Goku was supposed to have been like, if y'all know like the I don't want to say the lore because it's gonna sound like I'm talking about in canon. But if y'all know the story of Dragon Ball as a series, you know that Goku was supposed to have been packed up, bro. Like he was supposed to have been gone. The shit was supposed to be passed down to Gohan, and for whatever reason, I wanted to say Toriyama, course corrected on that for whatever reason. I don't think like Goku has lost definitively more than a couple times. And the only reason he comes back, let's keep it a stack. The only reason Goku keeps winning is because Goku's face brings in tens of billions of dollars a year. That nigga cannot lose. We have a portion of a whole country's economy riding on that face. And so, yeah, I don't think I buy that. I think I'm giving Goku the L for this first argument just because, again, I weigh narrative over power scaling. I weigh narrative over power scaling, bro. I'm sorry. Whoops, wrong button.
Punch kind of guy, but I'm pretty confident I could beat you in 1 or 2 minutes, tops.
Oh, man. If only that were true. That would be so exciting. Hey, I have an
I
idea.
also feel like, am I the only one? Okay, I don't even think, and again, I've never gotten into Super like that. I never got into Super. Super wasn't my bag. I watched the movies. I've watched every Dragon Ball movie that's ever come out. But the Super anime, I tried to watch the beginning and it felt like I was just rewatching the Frieza movie. But I feel like the way Goku is characterized has been changed a lot too. Like, I feel like he's kind of been like stupidified to where he says shit like, oh man, like, yeah, I'd love to have you whoop my ass. That would be so fun. Like, I don't even feel like this is how Goku is really characterized anymore.
Yeah. What if we did a fight where I wasn't allowed to use any of my transformations? That way it would be fair and
Maybe
actually
I'm the one
challenging.
that would need that restriction. Oh wait, I don't have any
Yeah,
transformations. I don't need 100 different forms. My base form is more than enough for anybody.
My transformations
That boy
just
snappy.
help me break through my limits whenever I hit a wall.
Well, I don't have limits to break. My power is
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
So even if
That's
you
what it
had
comes
some
down to.
transformation
We have the
that could
person that can break through any limit versus the person that is literally limitless. Goku's power, the way Goku is written implies that he still hits a ceiling at some point. You know what I mean? They just break through that ceiling, or he just breaks through that ceiling because, again, billions of dollars riding on his name. But like, again, narratively, Saitama, until I see him hit a hard limit, until I see, and I mean, maybe you could argue that last season was about as hard as the limit will get, at least animation wise. But until I see Saitama, boom, hit a ceiling where he has to like, retreat, back up, and, restart, I can't say someone like Goku, whose story is about overcoming limits, can beat him. Goku doesn't really, I feel like Goku has limits though. Because there have been times where Goku, like, okay, the fact that we see Goku having to like fuse for his fights so often, where they're like, damn, I really can't handle this right now. Let me fuse. The fact that we see shit like that so much, that right there is a hard limit to me. Where it's like, you gotta merge abilities with your homeboy to beat this villain. That's a hard limit where Saitama, he's not even there.
My actual ability is to exponentially grow depending on how strong my opponent is. I just keep getting stronger to match whoever I'm fighting.
Is that actually his
That's
ability?
true. Then my transformations are
Is that
actually
canon?
the perfect solution. See, my power doesn't grow exponentially.
Saitama
like
gets
yours.
stronger
It
depending on
literally
who he's fighting.
multiplies. So with each transformation,
Like some adaptation
I'm
shit.
not just getting a little stronger.
Yes, it is.
I'm increasing
Interesting.
my overall power level by massive amounts. That way, even if you keep growing to match me, I'm multiplying faster than you can possibly keep up with exponential
Okay,
growth.
now they
All this talk
now they
doesn't
just
really
going
mean
math for
anything.
math.
The
Yeah,
truth
I'm giving
is,
the
you just
W to
wouldn't be able
Saitama.
compete with me in my world because my power is literally that I am unbeatable. That's just how I am.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But since I am not from your world, being there would be breaking a rule. So I think other rules can be broken.
If anyone can beat you
Boy,
here,
what the hell? Okay. I remember niggas used to love to have this argument in middle school, and I always had the open and shut argument that doesn't the Death Note say some shit like it works on any human or something like that? And, you know, Goku isn't a human. Yeah, the moment I remember the first time I was having this argument, the Light versus Goku debate in middle school, bruh. I went to the library. I started doing some research. This is mid-class, right? I'm like, okay, this shit getting serious. I'm getting my ass whooped. Like I knew in my soul that Light had that, but I couldn't prove it. So I'm like, all right, teacher, can I use the bathroom? I go to the library. I look up some middle school shit, reasons why Light would beat Goku. I go to Korra. Y'all don't know about Korra, bruh. I go to Korra. Korra used to be fire for the anime debate answers. I go to Korra. That shit says, yeah, well, technically the Death Note only works on humans. I said, ooh, I came back to class. I was lighting the class up with that one.
it's me.
But you're not really a fighter, are you?
That's where you're wrong, Goku. I don't need to be a fighter.
This sound like Seto
I have
Kaiba.
something
That
far
11
more
that
powerful.
11 Labs voice going
The
crazy.
Death Note. With it, I can end your life with just a few words
Even though
written on a page.
The thing
Your
about the Death
strength
Note,
means nothing
well-
against that power.
That's interesting and all, but why would you want to kill me?
which name would even work for Goku on the Death Note? Would you have to know his real shit? And he doesn't have a last name. Saiyans don't really have last names, if I remember correctly.
I mean, we're not even enemies or anything. What did I do to you?
It's not personal, Goku. It's about justice. You see,
Okay,
you're
they're gonna
incredibly
flip this into a
reckless with your
justice
power.
debate.
You train
For those of y'all who don't know, I am a huge Light Yagami hater. I'm gonna just put that out there. Like, I like what happened to his character. I think that's the only direction his character could go down. But like Kira as a concept is just unbelievably stupid to me. And the fact that he thought he was executing justice is mad corny to me. So I'm always gonna be talking down on Light Yagami, bro. No matter who he's debating, you can put his ass up against Sung Jin Woo. I might hate Sung Jin Woo a tad more. I at least think Light is interesting. Yeah, never mind. You can put Light up against almost anybody, and I will hate on him. Do any Dragon Ball characters have last names? I think the humans have last names, right? Wasn't Bulma's last name? Hold on, am I tweaking? Let's see. Yeah, I thought her last name was Briefs, Bulma Briefs. I think some of the humans have last names.
dangerous criminals instead of eliminating them. You let threats grow stronger just because you want a good
Okay,
fight.
so it's this argument.
People die
It's
because
this
of your
argument. The
philosophy.
Goku lets villains get stronger because he wants to fight them. I mean I get the debate with that. I get the argument people make against that. But again, I feel like this is some new Goku shit. First of all, this is some new Goku shit. Goku didn't really used to do that. Like, he kind of became like a battle freak, I would say, like post GT into Super. But like, if some shit is a threat, I feel like Goku has always been the type to be like, I mean, honestly, he was the first hero I remember specifically seeing as a kid. He was the first hero I remember as a kid who would go, okay, you know what? Let's take this fight out to the desert, out to those plains. You know what I mean? So that nobody gets hurt. I remember as a kid thinking that shit was real cool because you would watch Superman, that boy throw General Zod through a fucking skyscraper, and you'd be like, damn, I hope that didn't hurt nobody. So yeah, I don't think this
I'm creating a
argument
better
really
world by
really
removing
works.
those who
Light,
cause
shut your bitch ass
suffering.
up.
I see where you're coming from, but I still don't think that's the right way to do things. I believe people can change and become better. That's always been my philosophy.
Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
matter
true.
what you believe
Aren't
anymore.
like most of the
I
Z
have
fighters
your
like
name
reformed
now.
villains?
All I need to do is write Son Goku on my death note.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
not how
will
that
be
works.
dead before you can even stop me.
Wait. Even if you tried to write my name right now, I'm so fast that I
Also,
could stop.
Goku has died on multiple occasions. Like, let's say he kills him, right? He gets sent up to Kami's realm or whatever. There's nothing stopping dead niggas from really coming back and whooping your ass in Dragon Ball Z. Like, there's a couple barriers stopping them from coming back, but they're going to be back, whether they went to heaven, hell, no matter what. The barrier between the world of the living and the world of dead and Dragon Ball shit is as flimsy as toilet paper,
You
bruh.
before your pen even touches the page. I could take the death note from you before you even had a chance to use it.
That's true, but it's already too late. I wrote
Death
your
Note is
name when you
existence
said it in the
erasure?
intro,
Is it?
and you will die
Interesting.
in just a few seconds.
That's actually pretty smart. So I guess I'm dying now. You know, that's not very new to me. Hope Bulma
Yeah,
has
that's
the
what I was about to
Dragon
say.
Balls ready.
Yes.
They can wish his
and
ass
you
back. He
will
can
die now.
like fly down from heaven. That shit not gonna work, bro.
Anytime now.
It's not happening.
I don't get it. You are supposed to be dead by now. I am confident I wrote Son Goku will choke and die when
Like,
I
get out the
revealed
chair,
that I
bro.
wrote his name on the notebook.
Like, get out the
I don't
fucking
think
chair, my
anything would
boy.
happen if you write that on your book,
With
Light.
your
What?
11 Labs
What are
ass
you
voice.
talking about? Of course something would happen. I would write your name and you would die. That's
Oh
how
my
the
fucking
Death Note
god. I'm about to
works.
skip forward.
No, I don't think anything would happen if you write Son Goku on your book.
I don't understand
That's
what you're
not
saying.
my real name.
Why wouldn't it?
I'm not gonna lie. Another stupid thing Light did. Yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to hate on Light because this is a rare opportunity. You know what I mean? Light doesn't really come up in discourse that much anymore. That nigga should have taken the eyes, bro. I would have so much more respect for him if he took the eyes because that would have signaled to me that he was really down for the cause that he said he was down for. But nah, he wasn't even willing to cut his life in half. But he wants to become the god of the new world. All right, bro. And then he gonna make his girl take the eyes.
Work.
Well,
Fuck outta here.
That's not really my name, actually.
What is your name then?
My actual name is Kamehameha.
Kamehame what?
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Who's
I'll be on.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I need to take a sip. Let me take another sip because there's a lot of reasons that Gojo pisses me off. And a lot of times when I say Gojo pisses me off, I'm being facetious. You know what I mean? I find it funny to hate on him because of how much people glaze on him. But one of the things that pisses me off the most about the way his ability is written, and don't get me wrong, I think when you first hear it, it's a cool ability, okay? It's a cool ability. But, excuse me, it's one of those hacks ass abilities where it's just like, I don't know, bro. It's just not even fun to debate about. Nah, bro, you can't. Nothing is bigger than infinity. You can't surpass infinity. All right, bro. So why are we even having this debate? Most of the people who Gojo is put up against, he can't do enough damage output to damage, i.e. Goku and them. All right, you're going to argue that Goku can't touch him. Sure. Why even talk about this? Why have this debate in the first place?
Honest with you, Goku. I believe you're probably stronger than me, physically, but I still don't think you have a chance against me because of my abilities.
Oh, really?
This is not Gojo. This is 11 Labs
What
Allen.
kind of abilities?
I can create an unlimited space paradox between us
Yes,
using
we
my
know.
infinity technique.
We know.
It makes me completely untouchable.
Unlimited Void
No
cooks
matter how
Goku's.
strong
Does
you
it?
are, you
Does that
literally
shit even hit
cannot reach
Goku?
me.
Unlimited Void. How long did it take? 0.2 seconds? 0.2 seconds is like getting hit by a 5-mile-an-hour vehicle for someone who's like for a Dragon Ball character that's locked in.
That actually sounds like a great defense strategy. But I think I could overthrow it.
How? How could you possibly get
I
through
have
an
heard the
infinite
argument that he
barrier?
could instant transmission
You can't
to
just
the
punch
end
through infinity.
of
It's not
infinity or
physical.
something
It's
like
a
that.
manipulation of
Well, from From my experience, if you punch harder, everything is breakable.
Well, you can't. You're saying if you just punched harder, you could break my infinity?
Yeah, probably. I actually have to restrain myself from...
Goku can shatter space. That is true. They did have that. I remember, wasn't he fighting Beerus? He was fighting Beerus. Wasn't it Beerus he was fighting? And they were sending those ripples through the universe. And it was like, oh yeah, they about to break the universe, bruh.
Doing it when I am fighting.
You can't just brute force your way through the laws of space itself.
Why not?
Yeah, that's true.
Once every time.
Goku has too many
Fine,
feats where he
fine,
bullshits
maybe
through
you could
space and
break
time.
through, but
I think he
have
might be
one
able to
last
break through
move that
infinity.
could actually work against you.
Domain
A
expansion is
technique
not
that will
touching him.
completely erase you from existence. If I can
What?
use my infinity to hold you in place long enough, I can activate it and you'll just cease to exist.
Oh,
What
erasing
technique is
people
this?
From existence? That reminds me of a technique called 𝙏𝙖𝙡 that does exactly that. I thought it was
𝙏𝙖?
unbeatable.
𝙏𝙖. Who used 𝙏𝙖? It sounds familiar. Oh, Beerus? That's that shit. Yeah. That's the shit he blew up half the planet with and shit. Okay. So did Goku end up beating 𝙏𝙖? At some point? Again, I'm not too tapped into Super like that.
Too. But then I tried to use it on a crazy evil god guy, and he was able to resist it. And since
Oh,
I'm way
Goku.
stronger than him
Goku
now,
learns 𝙏𝙖?
I think I can do
I
it too.
never learned that.
What?
There's a way to stop yourself from being erased. I've been working on defending against it for a while now, so maybe you won't actually
In the
be able
manga?
to erase
I
it.
So
see.
you're telling me that you found a counter to existence?
Gojo, get
eraser
your
too.
lame ass up, bro.
Pretty much.
Damn.
I've had a lot of time to figure these
And we're
things
not going to
out.
sit here and
Of
act
course
like
you
Purple
have.
is on the
I
same
didn't have
level
a
as
lot
a
of time
fucking
at all.
𝙏𝙖, bruh.
The problem is you had too much weight on your shoulders from the start. Everyone expected so much that when it came
Okay.
time to actually deliver,
Okay, buddy.
it just happened too fast.
Yes, that is.
Goku, I'll be honest.
Whoa. Y'all not finna disrespect my goat like this. Whoa. Okay, he gonna have to move the goalpost. The goalpost is going to have to be moved here. Cause no. Hold on. I want to see what the debate is. Because I feel like if All Might is saying I'm a better hero than you, if All Might is gonna look him in the eye and say I'm a better hero than you, then I'm willing to stand up for All Might. But if he's trying to say, nah, bro, I think I'd Texas smash you, then it's like, okay.
With you, you're probably more physically powerful than me, but
Yeah, I
doesn't
think that's
make you
the-
most powerful here. True power isn't about strength. It's
That's
about
the route he's
helping
gonna
people.
take.
Huh? But I've saved the world like a lot of times. Isn't that helping people?
Saving the world is the bare minimum. It's not real help. Real help is becoming a symbol, being something people can look up to.
I don't know, man. I feel like Goku is the symbol of peace in his. I feel like there was a point where Goku was pretty well known within his verse. Like he's the symbol of peace among his people, I guess. Not really a symbol of peace, but I say he's more of like a symbol of hope, maybe. But also, I think whoever wrote this script maybe doesn't realize, or maybe they're doing this on purpose. But the whole thesis of My Hero was that the symbol of peace, as altruistic as it is, the symbol of peace, that's not really a good thing, right? A singular symbol that one can look up to and rely on is probably not the best for a society, right? Because it leads to over-reliance and so on and so forth. I think All Might feels like what would happen if someone tried to be a Goku in a slightly more realistic world. Like Goku can manage to be a symbol of peace because, you know what I mean, that's just kind of how the story of Dragon Ball works. Whereas My Hero is more of a critique on, you know, those sorts of symbols and those sorts of societies. And so I don't know, All Might be walking himself into a corner here.
Inspiring them to be better.
Symbol? I don't want to do that. I just like fighting.
That's exactly the
Mr.
problem.
Satan is
You have this
Mr. Satan
incredible
low-key
power.
is the symbol in
You choose to hide it
DBZ.
away instead of inspiring people with it. That's selfish and wasteful.
But I'm not hiding anything. I fight bad guys all the time.
Fighting bad guys isn't the same as being a hero.
I've heard that
Let me tell
All
you
Might
something.
in
There's
the
a child
Japanese
somewhere
dub
in this universe
comes
who's
off as
terrified.
strange in the sense that he almost seems obsessed with the idea of being seen as the symbol, not just in like a purely altruistic way, but also in like a, hey, look at me sort of way. And so I do think that's an interesting aspect of his character that might go
Who feels
underexplored.
alone. All that child needs is to know that someone out there cares. Someone strong. Someone like you. But you won't do it because you're too busy chasing fights.
So he basically telling this nigga Goku to become a
just regular
celebrity.
guy. I'm not a god or
Nah,
anything.
bruh,
I don't
nah, because
wanna be.
everyone who tries to become a celebrity in DBZ, like, they kind of end up doing an ass job in it. We got Mr. Satan, we got like Great Saiyaman. Every time someone tries to do the superhero shit, it just doesn't work out in the
Lying to
DBZ
yourself.
verse.
You're so much more than just a regular guy, Goku. You could be so much more.
All Might,
But you
get up,
choose
bro.
Not to. And that's
Get up, bro.
I
selfish.
don't owe people anything, though. I'm just doing what I want.
That boy
But you
Goku
do
getting a
owe
little
us.
mad.
The
That boy
universe
Goku about to
itself
punch
saved
him in
you
the
so many
chest.
times.
This
Every
ain't All
living
Might. Yeah, I
creature gave
don't.
you their power without even knowing you, without ever asking anything in return. And you still choose to hide in the distance. You choose to ignore that
Wait,
debt.
hold
This
on.
all for one, bro.
Did you-
This all for no.
use that
When did
power?
All Might? No. When did All Might ever fill out a? When did All Might ever wear this suit, bruh? When did All Might ever wear a suit like this, bruh? This is all for one. This is all for one trying to slander my goat,
You
bruh.
choose to ignore that
Wait,
debt.
hold on. I did use that power.
Yeah, he has the
I
yellow
literally
suit,
saved
bruh.
everyone with it. Multiple times. Like, I've died doing it. Twice.
Dying isn't the same as living for them. Living for something bigger than yourself. That's what real strength is.
That's just boring, though. I don't
Okay,
wanna
they
be
they
a
You're
low key
saying you're
slandering
only
both
willing to
these
help if
characters
it's
now.
Convenient for you?
I genuinely
They
like
slander-
fighting
they
more than I
slandering
like
both
being
these
famous
characters
or
now.
whatever. So isn't it better that I do the thing I'm actually good at and happy doing?
The point isn't whether you're happy. The point is whether you're doing your duty to
Okay,
humanity.
But here's the thing. I've saved humanity. A lot. Like, way more than my fair share, I think. At some point, don't I get to just be happy? Don't I get to just fight and train and not think about all this pressure stuff?
Not when people are suffering.
People are always suffering, though. That's just life,
That nigga
right?
Goku sound.
There's
People are always
someone sad
suffering.
somewhere.
They going in
Can't
circles.
fix
They are
every
going in circles. I
sadness.
get it though. You got to
You
get
know
to
what I
watch time
can
up.
do? I can get really strong so that when something tries to hurt people, I can stop it.
You're still missing the point.
You love being a symbol. That makes you happy. Being a symbol makes you stronger because you believe in it. But me, I feel like that would hold me down.
So you expect everyone to just accept that you're choosing to be selfish while claiming it?
All right, bro. No, this ain't my goat, bro. This ain't my goat. I'm gonna
in
give him
their
one more
best
chance to
interest?
go in
Want
circles.
something and
Who's
do
the
it for
last person
right
they're gonna have him
reasons at the
debating?
same time, you know? I like fighting and I want to protect people. Both
You
things are
save them
true.
when danger is there, but you let them live in fear when it's peaceful because you are never there to tell them that it's going to be okay, no matter how wrong things would go. With your level of power, you telling them that would be much truer than me doing it. Yet you still chose not
Listen,
to do it.
I'm just not as good at it as you are. If me doing that is truly needed, if the universe really needs me to do that, I will do it. But as long as
Also, All Might, he only really does his thing for Japan too. So I don't know why they have him talking hot like this, like he's a world protector. That is one of my critiques of My Hero as a whole, is that the world building is pretty good if you're willing to ignore the fact that there's a whole, rest of the world out there. But yeah, nah, I'm good off that. All right, we
I
got
do it
one
my
more
way,
debate.
I will continue to do it this way because I'm just not good at it. It would be very clumsy if I did it. That's why I will only do it if it's truly, truly needed.
You've thought about this more than I expected.
I mean, not really. I'm kind of just making it up as I go. But it sounds good, doesn't it?
Hey, Goku! I'm pretty confident I could beat you in a
Okay.
fight, but
Okay. Crazy part is, and I'm still on Thriller Bark. Crazy part is, I don't see any angle Luffy could. I don't see any angle Luffy could take that. That's going to. He can't take the strength angle. He can't take the heroism angle. Both of them are kind of like reluctant heroes. And I don't want to hear none of that Gear 5 Toon Force shit, bro. Gear 5 is not Toon Force, bro. Those are two entirely different things.
I don't think we should fight. I
Goku
don't think
even
you're a
takes
bad guy or
IQ?
We
anything.
don't need to be bad guys to
Yeah,
fight.
Goku.
Fighting is fun.
Goku.
We fight because we enjoy it.
Is Goku smarter than Luffy? Yeah, I've seen Luffy say some pretty fucking. Goku isn't really like that dumb. Goku isn't really that dumb now that I think about it. Like he don't be saying stupid shit. Luffy is explicitly written as stupid sometimes. Where like I could go up to Luffy, right? I could go up to Luffy and be like, yo, Monkey D, you see that guy over there? You see that guy over there? Yeah, bro. If you get in the back of his car, I hear he got a big fat ass steak back there. And Luffy will do it. Like, Goku probably just won't care. Luffy might do that shit.
Not because we have to.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
So hey, you know what would be awesome? A multiverse tournament. But with the worlds that the people on this panel come from instead.
Multiverse tournament? What's that?
Oh man, it was so cool.
Okay,
So
they just finna chop it
basically,
up.
The god of our universe was getting bored. So I came up with this idea of a huge tournament. All the universes had to send their
Is that
strongest-
how that shit happened in canon? Is that deadass how the fucking tournament of power happened? Goku came up with that shit? That is some Dragon Ball plot ass shit, bro. Yeah, God got bored. We had to keep him entertained, so Goku suggested the Ultimate Fighting Tournament. I might watch Super when they do that remake. The remake comes out this year, doesn't it? I might watch Super when they do that remake, but before that, I don't. I watched the Ultra Instinct episode, obviously, because I mean, who didn't, bro? That was like a moment. But apart from that, I never really tapped into Super like that. So I don't know. And also, I tried to read the manga. I tried to read the Super manga, but apparently the Super manga and anime are different, which again is like, okay, whatever that means. Low key, Dragon Ball be unnecessarily complicated, bro. I know manga and anime always get like, you know, they always get praised for being easy to get into. But I don't know what Shueisha or Toei or whoever, I don't know what they're doing with Super, but it's confusing, man.
fighters, and they had to fight each other. And if your universe lost, it would get erased from existence, completely gone. It was the coolest thing ever.
Wait, erased from existence? Like,
So did Goku,
everyone dies?
Yeah.
did he agree to the erase from existence thing? Was he like, oh yeah, okay, you know what, that's cool. I mean, I guess he probably didn't have much of a choice, right? I'm assuming, what was it, Zeno? That little god dude? Zeno was like, he probably added the rule, hey, I'm going to erase everyone from existence if they lose. I wonder, okay, I'll low key, I think the writing in this video has been pretty off most of the time. But if they have Luffy be like, hold on, bro, I don't want everyone to die. I'll respect them a bit more, because I don't think Luffy willing to, you know, sacrifice his friends for the fade.
Everyone in the universe. Thankfully, we did wish them back at the end, but it was close.
But what's the point of that? Why would they make people fight for their lives like that?
Because it was fun, and it was intense. I got to fight so many strong people. I even unlocked a new form during
But
it.
people were fighting for their lives. Their families were going to be erased if they
Yeah,
lost.
okay.
How is that
I
fun?
don't know. The gods just like doing what they want. They're not really bad guys.
Okay.
though. They just
I think they
do
got
their
Luffy
thing.
kind
Gods
of
do.
They
right
shouldn't be allowed
ish.
to do that. They can't
Okay,
just
the vid
make
is
people
agenda
risk
pushing.
everything because
The
they're
vid has
bored.
been agenda
That's
pushing, bro.
not
I don't know what
fair.
that My Hero
That's not
segment is.
freedom.
Universe works, Luffy. Gods make decisions. Everyone else has to deal with it.
Wait, you actually think that's okay?
What do you mean? I just think that's how things are. I fight the strong people who hurt others.
Does Luffy? No, I will say Luffy does stand on some shit. I was about to say I think Luffy and Goku are pretty similar in that they a lot to an extent go with the flow. But nah, Luffy, again, I think he could be swayed pretty easily. Like, I could low key get Luffy to jump you. I could go to Luffy and be like, yo. I could go to Luffy and be like, yo, that dude outside, yeah, he stole from my family, bro. He stole from my family. And Luffy will jaw him in his shit without asking twice, which is simultaneously respectable and fucking crazy. But broadly speaking, Luffy has some type of morality, especially compared to, you know,
But I accept
pirates.
that the gods make the big decisions. I can't change that anyway, so
That's
why
Because,
worry
exactly
about
I mean,
it?
the
what people
closest
say
thing to a
about my
god
kind of
in
gods.
One
They
Piece
say that the
is...
celestial dragons are too
Yeah, I was about to
strong.
say the dragons.
No one can compete with them. and that we should accept their system and adapt to it. But I'll never do that. I'll get strong enough to defeat them all.
Okay, I'm still on Thriller Bark, but is Luffy actively trying to fight against the rule of the Celestial Dragons and Emu and, you know, world government and all that? Like, I know he did his thing where he went up against the Marines, but is he like locked in now? He's like, okay, my goal is to take these niggas down along with getting the One Piece. Okay, that's good, because I was, you know, I'm on Thriller Bark. One Piece does this thing where they'll have like a really, really engaging arc, and then they'll just do some Tim Burton goofy shit, bruh. And I'm like, okay, where are we going here? So I'm glad Luffy at least, you know, has a path that he's going down. That's good to know. We'll see if I ever get through Thriller Bark.
You're supposed to be stronger than me. Why aren't you doing that for your world?
That's not realistic.
So you just accept that your gods are using people's lives as a form of entertainment.
How does Goku react to the god shit? How does Goku react to the god shit? Like, is he like, yo, Zeno, that's kind of fucked up? Or does he just kind of accept, like, yeah, the only thing I can do is win this fucking fight, so I'm gonna win this fight. Hold on. Excuse me. He started it. Bro, Goku ain't strong like Beerus. That's true. But I do think if there is one thing that I think this video has gotten right, is that Luffy, regardless of if he can win or not, I've never seen this nigga. I've seen him retreat a couple times, be like, yo, this ain't for us. But I've never seen him accept terms that he didn't agree with. Thank you for the bless yous. If he doesn't want to fight on somebody's terms, he's not going to fight on those terms. He's going to do shit his way. And so I'm wondering, like, if Luffy was in a situation where he is fighting an undefeatable being like a god, would he comply, or would he just, you know what I mean? Would he stay how he is?
Don't participate in a game that reinforces the oppression of people.
You know what would have happened if we did that? Everyone would be dead. And you know what did happen when we didn't do that? When we played the game like you said? Everyone survived.
Won.
Maybe I can't change the whole system. I can only change what's in front of me. So that's what I do.
That's exactly why nothing ever changes. People like you just accept it and keep fighting within the rules. All
right, Monkey D. That nigga's talking about a literal. That nigga's talking about a literal god, bro. That nigga is talking about erase the universe in the blink of an eye. Like, I kind of get where Goku is coming from here. That nigga Luffy gonna try to gum pistol a god, like not like a god fruit, not like a, you know, a mythical Zoan. I mean like a god. Like, this is the god of this universe. Like bro up there, that, you know what I'm saying? He gonna try to gum pistol that nigga and get his shit sent back to Thriller Bark or something.
You're making it worse by pretending it's okay.
I'm not pretending it's okay. I just accept what I can't change and do what I can.
We really are different. I thought we were the same, but we're not. You love fighting, but you don't love freedom. And I can't respect that.
I do love freedom. I'm free to fight. I'm free to
Like I said, I can't respect that.
That's freedom enough for me.
Man, if y'all niggas don't just crack open a bowl of ramen. Nah. If those niggas don't just bond over a bowl of ramen, that is not how that conversation would go down, bruh. Them niggas would be eating.